Hi, Marnie from Lotus Pond Healing. It is a beautiful day here on the west coast of Canada. I hope wherever you are, you're having a lovely day as well. I wanted to pop in today and talk about a couple terms that, if you are on a spiritual path in the spiritual community, even if not, there are a couple terms that we're hearing a lot of these days, and they are triggering and shadow work. So for me, lately, I've done a lot of shadow work, and what that means to me is recognizing traumas, emotions, things that pop up to be healed in my life. Um, and they can be varied. Um, what can cause those things to pop up to be healed in my life could be triggers. So, as an example, I was having a phone conversation with someone recently, and this person was becoming quite angry on the phone. Not angry at me, but angry about a situation. When I got off the phone, I found I was quite triggered by that conversation and asked for guidance as to why I was triggered by that conversation. And so the process that kind of happens for me is it's part of shadow work. And what shadow work means for me, or how I kind of perceive it, is um, a change in my mind. I actually feel the energy in my mind shift, and I can become foggy. It can become a little confusing, even depressive. And when I ask, what is the mind trying to make me aware of? I usually hear a word. So after this phone conversation, when I felt the mind becoming confused, almost depressive, I asked, what is the trigger? What is the shadow work that is coming up for me to work on at this time? And I heard the word rage. And I questioned more, where is the rage coming from? What does that mean for me? And I got shown my father. Now, my father never actually raged at me, but my father was the kind of person that could become triggered, could become angry for life's smallest inconveniences. So there was always a feeling of walking on eggshells around my father. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love my father very much, and I know he did his best. But what was coming up was time for me to heal that walking on eggshells feeling around the potential rage. So, again, what does that mean for me? It means forgiving my father. It means knowing that he loved me very much, knowing that in his own way, with the resources he had, both physically, mentally, spiritually, and emotionally, he did his best for me. And through that forgiveness, the mind cleared, the mind got back to a feeling of happiness, of joy. So I just wanted to share that with you. There is another example I could give. Again, the mind went to this odd place that I wasn't reconciling. The mind went to this place of real discomfort. And so I asked, what is the shadow work? What is coming up to be healed? And I heard the word abandonment. And when I asked for further clarification of abandonment, I got shown a situation from when I was very young. And I have 4 other siblings. And the 5 of us and my parents were in a car. Somebody was arguing. And my parents said, if the arguing doesn't stop, we're going to pull over to the side of the road and leave you all there. So you can imagine, I mean, we're talking 1960s. Parenting was very different in the 1960s. But you can understand how that would create feelings of abandonment for a little girl. But again, how do I reconcile that? How do I heal that? Through forgiveness of my parents and knowing that they had huge traumas of their own, because of the death of their first child that they never healed. And so I understand, where their trauma came from, and through my forgiveness of them for that specific incident, and knowing that they were doing their best for what they had, again, the mind cleared, the mind went back to a place of joy. So I just wanted to share these with you because this is how I experience shadow work, how I experience triggering, and how I calmly and peacefully work through this shadow work, work through these traumas to come to a place of peace again. So if I can help you at all, my website is there, lotuspondhealing.com. Let's work together on your healing journey and bring you back to a place of joy and peace. Much love.